Welcome back to Instant Anime.
Just Add Music.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sarah.
Thanks for joining us. If this is your first time joining us, this is the podcast where Sarah and I listen to a song and then make an anime for it. So what we've done today is listen to the song Mine by Jay June, and we have written our own separate ideas as if it were the theme song for our ideas. We wrote them in 5 minutes, which is what makes it instant, just like heating up a nice, some water for soup.
For some soup. For some instant soup.
Instant noodle soup. So we've done that. We've written our ideas, and then we are going to share them on the show and combine them into a mega anime, which is when we take elements of both of ours and combine them into one super idea. That is the title of this episode, so you as the listener have a little insight into maybe what this episode will end up being about.
Some dramatic irony?
Maybe some dramatic irony, because absolutely we have no idea, as we have not shared our ideas yet.
We have yet to figure out how to time travel?
Not yet.
So
working on it.
Working on that.
Working on it. But again, we've listened to Mine by Jay June. We have provided a link in the podcast description if you're able to click that. Otherwise, just search it on your favorite search engine and listen to that song if you dare or choose, mainly because it is how we got our ideas.
I thought you were going to say mainly because it is a banger.
But it is also a dank banger, and we enjoy this song. It's actually been on our personal list for quite a while. Mm-hmm. It's been in the backlog of backlogs, which could describe this show just being a backlog of our own songs, suggestions. Not going to rat ourselves out about that.
Thanks for suggestions. We'll talk more about that at the end. I just love this song, and
It's good. I've never heard of this artist before either, but they were apparently in TVXQ.
Okay.
A group.
Okay, I've heard of them.
Their name is Jay June. They are very popular on Twitter. Probably Instagram as well. So go follow.
Check them out.
I will share my idea now that I had for Mine by Jay June. Again, listen to it now, listen to it later. You don't have to, but it's what gave us our ideas.
It's also just so good.
It's a good song, too. It's way darker and like
I feel like badass listening to it, you know? Like, yeah I can
it's pretty cool. I like it. I wonder how your vibe will be, but my vibe will be as follows. The world-renowned pilot is constantly changing the game when it comes to dangerous combat maneuvers. They do the aileron rolls. They do the barrel rolls.
That's the only roll I know.
They do the zigzag. I don't know what
the zigzag roll.
I don't know anymore.
Ooh, do you want sushi?
Yes, please. They teach classes about piloting and how to even begin to gain the concepts of the skills that they possess.
Wow.
And the mastery over the controls of a jet plane. Full stop.
Wow.
So, naturally, they gain a lot of followers and understudies, hoping to match their piloting prowess. None have come close, and most fail spectacularly in the training simulations. Enter the newest and seemingly most underqualified recruit, who came out of nowhere. Not only do they exceed expectations, however, in the simulations, but they also use moves that the veteran has never even attempted.
Woof woof, I think I hear an underdog.
This naturally makes the seasoned pilot very interested in this rookie and leads to an internal investigation into who this person is and where they came from. It ends up being an early-stage prototype robot clone that is adaptively learning how to pilot and has all the innate knowledge of the veteran pilot from their, like, DNA or some shit.
That's how that works.
It was the most anime idea that I could come up with at the time. Has this older pilot's rights, have they been infringed upon in some way? I would say yes. I asked a very obvious question. But, yeah. There's my idea.
That's how you end it? Have you had your rights infringed upon? I would think yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then how do they act upon that, knowing this knowledge? There you go.
Wow.
That's my anime.
Wow. I can't lie. as you talked, I was stitching ours together, and then you ripped the seam I was working
I
on.
said there's a robot clone.
I saw an opportunity, and now it's blown apart. So,
Android clone.
Yep, that threw me for a loop, you might say.
Thank you.
Because the plane.
Loop?
Yeah,
a little loop-de-loop.
Thank you, thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not that I dislike your idea. I'm just so sad that what I was constructing in my head won't work.
Well, no, it will work in some way. But I was writing my idea, and I'm like, this is just Top Gun. There's no anime to this. And then I was like, boom, robot clone.
I got this.
Now it's fully anime.
Hold my beer. I got this.
Hold my beer. I've made an anime.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
I feel like I should stop blabbing and just share mine. So maybe.
Yeah.
You also can see what I was trying to
Give
do.
it a go. Let's
right.
hear your idea.
Again, not to shit on your idea. I liked it.
But I shit on
see.
your already combination halfway through my idea.
Yeah, you shit on my dreams.
Yes.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Happy to do it.
Never say that again. Welcome to the post-war Gilded Age, where steampunk machines meet 1920s extravagance and the nightlife has never been livelier. Unfortunately, though the war has ended, some enemies stuck around. Think like demons, monsters, vampires, not human enemies.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is a different alternate
post-war.
history. But
which is more war, but not human v human war.
No, this is other war.
Got it.
It's our protagonist's job to seek and destroy the remainders, capital R possibly,
Ooh.
while dealing with their own issues post-war, including the loss of a limb. Got a really strong visual when I listened to this of the protagonist squaring off in a circle of fire in like a circus tent, so all the people in the stands can look down and they just think it's part of the show.
Yeah, and
They're
Dumbo's
like,
there
wow,
like, oh my God.
this is so cool. But actually they're like defeating this
Yes.
enemy.
Who is a tiger wreathed in flames.
I was picturing that these monsters could look humanoid and therefore they were part of the nightlife.
Yes,
But somehow they were...
It also looks like a lion act, and they're trying to get it jump through a flaming hoop.
Okay, go ahead.
It just so happens.
Take my idea as I'm trying to explain it. Just go ahead. I did the same to yours,
You don't want to see a tiger wreathed in flames? Sounds pretty cool.
That would be cool if it was made wholly of flames and it just looked like
Part of
the act.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of cool.
Okay, but there's still like a human that's
Also,
like
there's
directing.
a humanoid. Yes.
Okay, as long as fine, I'll allow it. But that was just the really strong visual. There's one part of the song where I just saw like very anime intro, camera spin, and the flames are all around. But all the people in the stands are just like, wow, this is so
impressive
cool.
display. Yeah.
But we know what's really going on.
I see.
So, do you see what I saw?
We both have a sort of very talented individual at the helm of some sort
Okay,
of...
I'll just tell you what I was thinking, because while I appreciate it, that's not really what I was getting at. When you started yours as like star pilot, I was like, oh, that's in the war, whereas mine's post-war.
Oh.
So mine was the pilot in yours. But that's when it was like, and then there was a Cylon, and that's when I went, oh, well, there went that.
Gotcha.
But that was my thought, is they were a very talented pilot. There would be a lot of like flashbacks to during the war, which presumably was when they were the most successful in their career before they lost the limb and perhaps had to leave their profession.
That is specifically a plot point in Violet Evergarden.
Crap, I haven't seen that.
There is a girl who lost like more than one limb because of the war.
Okay.
And then she comes back and is irrevocably changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was my idea.
Well, darn it. But Violet Evergarden, different than both of our ideas in that she comes back and becomes a typist and writes letters.
That sounds pleasant.
And they're like emotional and she delivers them. And then she writes, it's kind of confusing. I haven't watched it in a while. And there's like a season I maybe haven't watched and like 2 movies or something. I think 2 movies.
Okay, so maybe scratch what I've proposed.
Just a little bit you're touching on
But
specifically.
you can see where I was drawing those parallels.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So that was mine. Your turn.
Yes. Shoot. No, I do like mine being the sort of the necessity of combat maneuvers would be war.
Yes.
But now we are post-war, and we just do flying in planes for fun.
Okay. So is the flying in planes for fun infiltrated by bad monstery vampire whatevers?
There
bad,
you go.
Bad creatures that need to, in the middle of this air show, need to also be
Vanquished.
gotten rid of?
Yes.
Okay, my other thought is, what if instead of vampire monsters, it's the clones?
Yeah.
The clones were part of the war.
Yes.
Perhaps that was the war. And
yes.
then most of them were gotten rid of. If we want to go that way, we could have it that, like, the only one left is the protagonist, like,
I do kind of like that. I don't think it has to be the only one left, though. I think...
But maybe it's the ruler of all of... Yeah, the leader, not ruler. The leader of all of them.
I think that's sort of making sense in my brain, if it makes sense in yours.
Yeah.
For one of the top pilots, incapable of being shot down, has their doppelganger,
I like that they're called doppelgangers, because if you're cool with the whole, like, 1920s steampunky kind of thing,
I
think that fits really well.
Yeah, like Luftfraser, all this sort of biplane-esque, but steampunkier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot more tubes and wood and copper and stuff.
Lots of that texture.
Yes.
None of that smooth, sleek crap.
No, it's like regular biplanes are very loud and you hear them and they're like, and these are like louder and steamier and.
Do you want your planes louder? How about steamier?
Steampunk. It's louder, it's steamier.
And it's coming to a place near you.
That's usually how you sell something as steampunk. It's louder and steamier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I think I do like the idea that these, and I'm totally okay with it, this prototype robot clone-esque thing, doppelganger, has been the source of the war.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, you're fighting an enemy that is your
Yourself.
equal. Exactly.
Plus, I love, although I made fun of it at the time, the question you asked at the end of, like, did you even consent to this happening?
Yes.
Well, imagine if you hadn't, and yet you're still the only one that can be counted upon to destroy, in essence, yourself.
Yes.
Like, imagine...
Well, it's again, you're equally matched.
Yeah. Imagine grappling with that. You're like, I didn't ask for this, but I have to do it. That's shitty.
Yeah. That's intense.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I think that's kind of a cool layer.
I agree. So...
Lots of flashbacks I'm picturing still.
I think lots of flashbacks that lends itself to more of your... Well, that would work with both of our ideas combined, yeah. Mm-hmm. I like the post-war.
Yep.
Because there is sort of a pastoral...
Because the rest of society thinks we won.
Exactly.
Everything's great. And so when they see this stuff, it's like, wow, what an incredible show. We don't realize we're actually in danger.
Yeah. It was supposed to be... I mean, it's sort of... post-war military is just a show at that point, where they're all twirling their guns and doing biplane maneuvers
shows,
and stuff like that. But it plays into your sort of, three-ring circus, fire everywhere, but everyone's like, this is the greatest show on earth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's actually not a show at all.
Yep.
And it is sort of the robot clone uprising, because if you leave one, maybe they are able to something.
Not to bring that in, but it's Westworld. They'll build more.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you are post-war, by all accounts, by all means. You've done it.
Yes.
Because normally one enemy remaining would not be a force to be reckoned with. However, in this case, you have the strongest, most capable... Yeah.
You have a doppelganger.
There you go. I like it.
I do too.
It's very anime, too.
I think it'd be fun. I was picturing lots of like the, vaudeville, like rich red velvet color, very warm, the wood from the steampunk and like gold. And
yeah.
I was picturing that kind of palette.
Yeah, when you combine it with like, you're describing a lot of combustible things. Mm-hmm. So it being post-war, people valuing these things less and less because it's just like, whatever, we have an abundance, we don't have to make weapons and stuff, and so everything's just sort of like more bespoke and whatever, steampunky in that way. And then everyone's like, actually we fucked up and it's more flammable.
Whoops.
And it's like just a byproduct of not having to make things that are for war. But actually they should have been the whole time because there's a new uprising a coming. Kind of.
That'd be a great title. Kind of.
Kind of. It'd actually be pretty bad. By kind of, I mean that. Yes. So I think that's good. I'm trying to think.
Is it kind of BioShock-y?
Yeah, but less of the sort of
because those games are too scary, and I've never actually, but from what I've gathered...
I think those games focus on a very cult of personality, singular entity guiding all of these.
Okay.
And this focuses more, I think, on a society being post-war, forgetting about the things that led them there in the first place, and then the scraps of the war being recycled into this new war machine that starts doing the thing that it just knows.
Right.
And it's like, I like the idea that these battle clone doppelgangers were actually supposed to be like the war enders.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking.
So it's like this whole group of beings was supposed to be like, we won't have war because they can't necessarily die because they're not alive or something like that. And it's like, but we'll make them. They'll win all the wars for us. And then we won't have wars anymore. And then it flips on them and they're like, we have to have war with the things we made the war and
Oops.
Yeah. I like that idea of like the hubris of this higher technology. And it is very like Cylon, sort of like, did human make Cylon? Oh no.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, they did. That's definitive. That guy made the Cylons, I think. In the new show, he made the new... No, I don't know anymore.
It's been too long. I apologize.
I couldn't tell you. There was that one angry ship. Scar.
The worst filler episode. So stupid.
Oh, it
It's
was a
bad
mean
one.
ship.
Oh no.
There's other ships out there. That
one's the bad one.
Oh, he's got a scar. Yeah.
We hold no resentment towards the end of Battlestar Galactica whatsoever.
No, that wasn't the end. That was just some episode.
I know, but that was like in the later seasons where they were like, well, we better fill in some of these episodes.
It was. They're like, well, we have to save
been
the budget.
Years since we've watched
that.
that.
100%.
I'm
We've
still
moved
salty.
multiple times since
Still
we've
salty.
seen that. Yeah.
Anyhow. Apologies, everybody. One way to get us riled up.
Collective chest. Let's bring up Battlestar Galactica.
Fucking Scar. Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to this idea, I feel like it's pretty much set. Is there anything you want to round out? Because I'm feeling good.
I like that we rounded out that it was like their own hubris trying to end wars that threw them back in the worst war.
Yeah.
But at the same time...
So, like, we won't lose lives this way.
Loses the most lives possible.
Yeah.
But actually does enter the post-war era. Because it is, like, complete destruction or, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But it has to be enough where everybody is so entrenched in that, like, feeling that war was bad. Was the worst thing that had ever happened, and we don't want it ever again. And then the things come back and are like, it's all we know.
Therefore, yeah. But we think we got them.
We think we got them.
We think we got them all.
There's no way we couldn't have got them.
We've been told we got them all. All set.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go have a lavish nightlife.
Oh, it would be the one crack shot pilot who is able to dip into the clouds or, evade enough people that somebody just writes the report like, they miswrite it as like this unit missing, but it's like killed, presumably. It's like, we think so. And I think, there we go. There's another fully rounding it out.
Okay.
There is like reports of all of the units. And they're in some like war museum memorial thing where it's like confirming the kill of like the final kill of the war.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in quotes, or, it's something, it's like deletion or removal of this unit. And it's like
De-doppled. De-ganged?
Ganged. So it's like there is a report of all the entirety of this force eliminated because they had the manufacturing like codes.
I'm imagining why I don't know why this made me think of Slaughterhouse-5, but there's like some warehouse where a bunch of them had been kept and it was destroyed with all of them in it. And so it's like every one of these doppelgangers that was in this warehouse was gotten rid of, except for the ones that got away.
Yes. And so that has to be it, is there's an oversight that becomes known later on based on some shoddy paperwork or something like that. And so, because there has to be some like war room board meeting thing where they're like turning on all the lights and dusting off all the chairs. It's like a war room that hasn't been used in 30, 50 years and they're like however long, and they're trying to figure out like pulling out old maps and opening desks and stuff like that, and then they are like, where did they come from? And then they have to finally like figure it out, and it's all these old grizzled veterans that are just like, we thought we did the best job.
And it's like, I thought we destroyed all the manufacturing, and it's like, no, there was one.
Exactly.
All that kind of
There
stuff.
You go. And it's like they had the plans. That's like, kind of like Death Star-esque plans, but it's just like themselves creating plans that they take and replicate. Mm-hmm. There you go.
There we are.
It's spooky.
It's a little bit spoopy, yeah.
I like it though.
I think it'd be kind of cool.
The steampunkiness is.
I think we've done the song okay.
I think so.
I mean, we liked this song so well, and I think we shied away from it because
we wanted to do it justice.
Exactly.
And I think justice has been had.
Good.
If you would agree, I would agree.
Yes.
You want to select title words?
Yeah, I think we're there.
Okay. War word.
Okay, yeah.
Post-war, war.
And then like the blossoming of a new
like a Renaissance
era.
word.
Yeah, Renaissance.
Is Renaissance post-war? Not necessarily.
No, it can be just a rebirth. That's all it means is rebirth.
Okay, war word, Renaissance word.
Yes.
All right, you want to do a war word first or a Renaissance word first?
I can start with the war word.
I will do a Renaissance word. 3, 2, 1, revival.
Sacrifice.
That's cool.
I like revival too.
Yeah.
You like your own word. That's great.
I like your word. It's kind of cool. It's kind of similar to revival, ish, in a way.
It sounds very biblical, but yeah.
All right, switcheroo. 3, 2, 1. Battalion.
Abundance.
A battalion.
I think that fits really well.
What?
Battalion.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't have any follow-up to it. It was
okay.
Just a word. And I wrote doppelganger down because it's good. It's got the umlaut in there. On the O.
Pretty sure.
Doppelganger.
Yeah, I'm not the one to ask on that particular thing, but
doppelganger.
Sounds good to me.
Don't know. Yeah, something about battalion, because it would be like there'd be some, I don't know, it wouldn't just have to be a singular pilot. It could be a battalion of...
Well, it starts as a singular.
Main characters, and then it builds into a battalion, or a group, or an army, or,
Yeah.
Stuff like that. A small uprising of sorts. A revival of a battalion. I don't know. What are you thinking?
Okay, what about going off battalion? Like traces of the Forgotten Battalion or Lost Battalion, but like traces of some sort of battalion.
I like that. Yeah, because it would be like...
Because that's what ends up with them. They find little
all
bits
it
of
takes
info.
is a trace that they trace back to how...
And then they have to clean up the war room and, all the dig through. Because there was just like a little clue, a little snippet.
There was a trace somewhere in like this locked old place.
Plus, if that's all they need is like DNA to make a doppelganger of someone.
That's how they do it too.
I mean, you just need trace DNA,
just a
right?
Trace.
Is that not what I've learned from every crime show?
Just a hair.
Exactly.
From a helmet or something.
Yeah, get a hairbrush.
There you go.
Some bloody floss.
Just swab the inside of a Pepsi can.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's actually worked.
There you go.
That one happened in real life for sure.
Yeah.
But
they don't have Pepsi in
no
steampunk world.
Nope. It still has the cocaine in it, probably.
Steam pop.
You'll be steaming.
Drink some cocaine. It's steam pop.
Drink some today. Anyhow, now
I like that.
Our marketing's over.
I feel like I'm liking traces of the Lost Battalion or traces of something like that, right?
Yeah.
Traces of the Lost Battalion.
Do you like Lost Battalion?
I like Lost Battalion.
Okay. The more we say it, the less meaning it has.
Exactly.
It's definitely one of those words.
It's blending into...
It's becoming its own entity.
Its own entity
what it is.
In which that entity is the title of this episode in the anime.
You good with that?
Yes.
Alrighty, we got it then.
Traces is very cool. Traces of the Lost Battalion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. And I don't think it's a word we've used. If not once, maybe.
I don't remember, but that doesn't count for much anymore.
No, it doesn't. Who do you want to be?
Thank you.
In Traces of the Lost Battalion?
I think I would maybe just be in attendance at one of the nightlife events kind of thing.
Like at a market or something.
We could be on a date.
I always like going on a date with you.
Yay!
How about the tickets?
I'll buy the snacks.
Cheers with the popcorn.
Yes, the popcorn, not the steam pop.
And steam pop.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
I brought the steam pop.
Steam pop, located nowhere near you. Perfect.
It's illicit.
It's illegal. Historical references. Okay.
We're in it.
Mm-hmm.
Lee Pace is one of the older generals or the doppelganger leader.
Whoa.
Maybe.
Which would mean that he would also be the protagonist.
Yes, the protagonist.
Do we have that much billing?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Well,
to have him be one character or two even?
Whew.
Possibly not.
I guess it's on the wish list.
That's the thing. Ooh, here we go. Save some money. He's in flashbacks because he is like a battalion leader.
He's the best friend.
He's the best friend who...
He's the second in command.
Doesn't make it through the war.
No. But makes it cheaper.
Makes it cheaper. Saves us some much needed dough.
Yep. I'm so glad we worry about budgeting our fake animes.
Money is
Money's
pervasive.
Yeah.
Even in make-believe world.
Love that for us.
Yes.
I think we're good then.
I think we're excellent. That is Instant Anime.
Just add music.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sarah.
Wow. That's...
Wow.
That's like when we come up with a good idea. I can't help it sometimes.
You get a little wow.
A little Owen Wilson comes.
Wow.
He runs in the room. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, wow. And then he runs away.
You think we can afford that?
A tiny Owen Wilson clone? It's basically free.
Oh, God. All right.
Oh, our accountants hate us. Oh, they
It's
just straight up, they come in worst
We shouldn't
times.
have hired interns to do it.
Shouldn't have hired interns. Our interns are our accountants. They don't like that. The interns don't like that they have to then... It comes back around and then their poor purchases are sent to them to analyze.
It's just a bad time.
And then they come to us, like we're the ones who made the poor decisions. And while, yes, we may have had a hand in the entirety of this happening, I blame the interns anyway.
It's what they're here for.
To get the
Terrible.
blame for our mistakes.
Oh, poor interns.
Yes.
Just in general. Outside of our joke interns. Poor interns. But anyhow.
What? It's good exposure.
Would you like to start the end of podcast?
I will.
spiel?
Our interns run our Twitter account. It's at Instant Anime Pod, where we sometimes post GIFs teasing upcoming episodes. Otherwise, it is just there as our one
just there.
social media outlet for you to connect with us if you so choose. Other than that, we have a website.
Yes, we do. It's instantannie.may. Check it out. It's where we host, so it has all of our episodes with clickable links in the descriptions. We also have a sidebar full of some goodies, including the suggestion form. If you want to add to our list of suggestions, it's also the pinned tweet, and you can go to suggest.instantannie.may to get there as well. But besides that, we have a handful of podcatchers, and what I think is the coolest, our Spotify playlist. That one has just the songs, if you just want to hear all of the bangers, including this one. Because, it was on Spotify. So that one will be on there. Or we also have the playlist that has the song followed by the episode inspired by the song. And that's pretty cool that we can do that now. And I know it's been that way for a while, but I still think it's really cool.
I think it is the easiest way to listen, because then we're always like, oh, you gotta find the song and then listen to it. But if you got Spotify,
You already did.
it's one playlist. Every episode and song that is on Spotify, which is every song so far, besides maybe one that's a remix, but close.
We have like 200 at least, I would
Yes.
say.
Oh, the Flyers song.
We are the Flyers is just gone.
It's not there.
No.
But
That was a while ago, so
it's a while ago. So I don't care about it.
absolutely. Took the words right out of my mouth.
So who cares?
Not us.
No, if it's within the first 20 episodes, I don't care. Doesn't matter. It was years ago.
Literally now. It
Books
was.
ago
Also, yes.
that we've written in.
Books ago.
This is a little peek behind the curtain where this is the last page in our most current book.
Which is the third?
I
Fourth
don't
book?
know.
I don't know.
I actually don't know.
It's at least the third.
It started lasting a lot longer when we didn't do weekly episodes, though. I'll let you that.
That's true. That's true.
So, that's going to do it for this book. And that's
And
going to do
this
it
episode.
for this episode. Thanks so much for listening. If you have the time to leave a review on the podcatcher that you are listening to, Spotify now has ratings and possibly reviews as well.
Woo!
So give us a star, give us 5-star, give us one between 1 and 5 stars. And thanks so much for listening. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.